Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between. Welcome to back to another episode of GEEXX Watch. Today, I'd like to talk about Top Gun Maverick, an image of which you will see right here. Top Gun Maverick is the sequel to the wildly popular Tom Cruise film Top Gun, which was made and released back in the 1980s. This takes place somewhat real time in that it approximates the 30, almost 40 years that it's been since the film was released. The character of Maverick, Tom Cruise's character, has aged. He's still a captain in the Naval Air Force, still flying planes. His circumstances haven't really improved all that much. It seems like all the lessons he learned from the first film were completely forgotten with the making of this film, because he's still a rogue Maverick character who doesn't do what he's supposed to do and doesn't do what he's told, thinks he knows better. So that was kind of, in my opinion, bad writing. Way to throw out all the reconciliations and character development from the first film. Completely ignore it. Having said that, it's a fun movie. Basic premise is that he is recruited in his later years to go back to the Top Gun school to teach a new generation of pilots, some of whom have attitudes worse than he did when he was a pilot. They're an interesting group of characters. There's definitely a mix of personalities and temperaments. His love interest from the first film is also completely discarded. He has a new love interest, or an old flame, a woman he used to date, who apparently broke up with him a while ago because he couldn't stop flying planes like a jerk and couldn't stop, doing dangerous tours of duty. Goose's son makes an appearance in this film. He is a character in this film. His call sign is Rooster. Wait, did I get that right? No, Goose. Goose's son makes a reappearance, and his call sign is Rooster. I'm not going to bother refilming this, and I don't edit these things. So Goose's son makes a reappearance. His call sign is Rooster. There's some tension between him and Maverick. Some tension with the team, some tension with the mission parameters, and Maverick can't respect the top brass, and he's got to show how much better he is and how much better he knows things than they do. It's a pretty stock Tom Cruise film. There's no real surprises, no real innovation in storytelling. So as far as cinema goes, as far as that, it's not that great. I mean, it tells a story. Let me rephrase that. This isn't a good movie in the fact that it's not a good story, but it's a good movie in that it does its job well. It pulls you in. It makes you feel the things you're supposed to feel at all the right times. So it's a well-crafted film designed to make you like it and to like the characters. Aside from that, it's a lot of fun to watch, but I'm not going to say it's a good movie. In the same way that, say, A Man Called Otto, other films that I reviewed, A Man Called Otto is a well-written story, and an interesting story. And this is just fluff. Nothing wrong with fluff. I admit most of the stuff I read for books is fluff. So nothing wrong with fluff. Just admit that's what it is. This is a popcorn movie designed to shut your brain off for a couple of hours and enjoy. And that's all this is. It's a lot of fun. And My wife is a huge Tom Cruise fan, so when we were first dating and stuff, we watched Top Gun quite a bit. We watched any Tom Cruise movie that she could get her hands on or see in the theater. So it was inevitable that we would watch this. And I did watch it with my wife. And we both really liked it, and I did enjoy it. So, good movie. One other thing I have to mention, this is also essentially a military propaganda film. This is designed to make you love our men in service. Men and women in service. Designed to love our men and women in service, because there are some female service people and female pilots in this film. And yeah, it is that. It is military propaganda. It is designed, you are supposed to just, gosh darn it, love our troops. And again, nothing wrong with supporting the troops or liking the troops. These people can have a difficult job. These people are supposed to be well trained and supposed to, serve the country. Nothing wrong with living a life of service. I'm not going to knock that. I will knock propaganda, though. Definitely. Because that's what this is. Then the first one was too. The first Top Gun film was military propaganda. They get that way. They gain access to military equipment by letting the military help write the film. Any film you see that has real military equipment in it got that way because they worked hand in hand with the U.S. military to get access to that equipment, which means the U.S. military has access to and veto rights on anything written in the film. This film, no film with this kind of military access or military cooperation gets that way without the military putting their fingers in the script. So I'm not a big fan of that. Being an old ex-hippie, no, not a big fan of that at all. Doesn't mean it's not a fun film, but it is something I wanted to point out and for people to be aware of when they watch films like this. Anything Michael Bay does, Michael Bay has got a huge something which I'm not going to say because, this is tied to my work account. So he's got a huge something for the U.S. military, and they love him for it. But that's a whole nother topic. Gonna give this film a B+ because as much as I love it, it is a brainless popcorn film that is not going to go down in cinema history as a great film, but it is a ton of fun to watch. Tom Cruise is almost always fun to watch. He is, in spite of the fact that he keeps taking and playing the same role in 80% of his films, he is still a really good actor. I may give him some crap for being, a Scientologist and remaking the same film over and over again, playing the same character over and over again. But he is a good actor. Give him that. So, fun movie, B+. As always, thanks for watching. As always, why would you do that? And until next time, good hunting.